So I'm going to do a brief video of how I sculpted the Godzilla skin in my Giant 64. And I did this whole entire neck because it was too thin in my opinion. I just didn't like the way it looked. And I made him a closed mouth version. I closed his mouth. The sculpt in the teeth wasn't good enough to justify me saving it. I wasn't happy with it. It's worse than in a lot of 30 centimeter scales. So I redid his mouth and it closed real nice, and I redid both sides of these necks. And I don't know if you have the 64, but if you can look at this and then look at yours, there were some real bad imperfections, especially in this left part of the neck. And I got rid of all those and sculpted it in real nice. Now it fits. And one nice side effect, I stuck a block of wood up in his neck too, because I first tried to thicken it that way. I softened it with a hairdryer. But that wasn't enough, so I left the block of wood up there, and then I used the epoxy sculpting clay. But anyway, here he is. And a beautiful side effect that I put on the page of doing that is he will stand flat, and there's just enough weight in his head to where he doesn't need a tail stand. He stands on his own without a tail stand, and that's really, really cool. So there he is standing on his own. No tail stand, he balances, and if anyone knows, they see that foot up, that's the way he was sculpted, as if he's walking, but he's standing flat, all on his own power. And he's perfect the way I want. I resculpted part of his left side of his face because, and his eyebrows, because they were horrible in my opinion, so I redid all that. So what I'm going to do is I mixed up some of this epoxy sculpting clay, which in the end, I have issues with it, but it was nice for what it was for. I'm going to stick it on this piece of wood. It's sitting there setting up as it is, because it's too sticky when you first mix it. Well, it's too sticky for me. Maybe somebody else will work with it, but it sticks to the tools too easily. So what I'm going to do is stick that on that piece of wood, and I'll show you how I do the texture of Godzilla skin. All right,